All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at Digital Realm Instructor.
Okay.
It's a website, and honestly, it's just jam-packed with info on AI and digital
Like
transformation.
digital transformation, yeah.
I was pretty blown away by how much the creator, Mihigo Anaja, has managed to pack in here. It's really like a one-stop shop for anyone who wants to get up to speed on, all these topics.
It really is. And you know what really struck me?
It's,
Was just how up to date everything is.
yeah.
I mean, we're talking posts from just a few days ago.
Yeah, that's super
Right.
important in such a fast-moving field.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's clear that, Mihigo is passionate about keeping this resource current.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really interesting was the approach. Like,
Yeah.
they have this mix of practical cheat sheets, which are perfect if you just want to get,
Like the quick insights.
yeah, just a quick overview of something.
Yeah.
But then they also have these deep dives into some of these more complex AI concepts.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I thought so too.
And one of the things that stands out to me is just how many topics they cover.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking everything from like how businesses should plan their digital transformation strategies
Right?
to like the ethical implications of AI, even specific applications of AI, like in robotics or
Yeah.
computer vision. So
So it's really the whole gamut. I mean, it's a lot.
it is. It is.
So let's unpack this a little.
Mhm.
Digital Realm Instructor seems to have like two main branches.
Yeah.
You've got digital transformation on the one hand,
Uh-huh.
and then you have AI on the other.
Yeah.
So let's start with the digital transformation side.
Okay.
The website defines digital transformation as the integration of digital technology into all aspects of a business, fundamentally changing how businesses operate and deliver value to customers.
You're right. Right.
Which sounds kind of straightforward, I guess,
Yeah.
but like, what does that actually look like in practice?
So that's where Digital Realm Instructor gets really interesting, right? Because they break down this like complex process into these manageable modules.
Right.
So they cover things like strategic planning, new business models, cybersecurity even.
Hold on, cybersecurity is part of a digital makeover.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not something that I would like immediately think of.
Right. And that's what I really appreciate about this website is that they take this like holistic approach.
Yeah.
They're not just saying adopt the shiny new tech, but it's about understanding like the wider implications,
Right.
the potential risks involved,
So it's kind of like,
Think of it like renovating your house.
okay.
You wouldn't just like start knocking down walls without considering, the structural integrity or
Right.
like safety measures.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So you really have to think of all those things when you're undergoing this digital transformation.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is...
What's cool is it's not just like generic advice.
Right.
They have modules tailored to specific industries.
They do, like...
Like if you're in retail,
finance,
healthcare,
Like,
manufacturing,
care, manufacturing.
fabrication,
Yeah.
we've got you covered.
Wow. It's like they thought of everything.
It seems like it.
It really does.
Yeah, and one thing I really appreciate about these modules is they really emphasize real-world applications.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just theory.
Yeah.
You get case studies, you get practical examples.
So you can see how
It's almost like
it's actually being done.
like a behind-the-scenes look
Yeah.
at companies that are successfully navigating this digital shift.
All right. So that's the digital transformation side.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about AI.
Okay.
Digital Realm Instructor really shines here.
Yeah.
They start with like this really foundational post, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence.
Right.
And they define AI as the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines,
Okay.
which sounds simple enough.
Yeah, at first glance.
Yeah.
At first glance.
But then they start delving into all these different models of AI.
yeah.
Like rule-based AI.
Right, which basically means
What was that?
it operates on predefined rules, much like a computer program following a set of instructions.
Okay.
It's the kind of AI that we encounter like in everyday tasks.
Like what?
Like think about spam filters, right? That sort through our emails.
Right.
They're following rules to decide what's spam and what's not.
Okay, but if it's just following instructions,
Yeah.
how is that different from any other computer program? Like what makes it AI?
That's a great question. I
Yeah.
think the key difference lies in the complexity and decision-making capabilities of these, like, rule-based systems.
Okay.
They can process, like, vast amounts of information
Right.
and apply these intricate sets of rules to make decisions that mimic, you know, at least to a certain extent, human-like judgment.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not just a simple if this then that kind of thing.
No, no, it's much more sophisticated than that.
Okay, I see the distinction.
Yeah.
But then, Digital Realm Instructor goes on to talk about
Uh-huh.
learning-based AI, and that's where things start to get like really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's like the AI is evolving on its own.
Right.
It's kind of creepy, actually.
It is. It is. But it's also incredibly exciting, right?
Yeah.
Because instead of just relying on those predefined rules, learning-based AI systems, they actually learn from data
Yeah.
and they improve their performance over time.
So it's like it's learning as it goes.
Yeah. Think about teaching a child to ride a bike.
Okay.
They start with training wheels, they make mistakes, they learn from those mistakes,
Yeah.
and eventually they can ride independently.
Right. And so
It's that kind of concept.
this is the kind of AI that's behind all those like eerily accurate recommendations we get
Yeah.
on Spotify or Netflix. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about algorithms, analyzing your past behavior, learning your preferences, and then making predictions based on those patterns.
Yeah, it's kind of scary how it seems to know us better than we know ourselves
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's a little unsettling,
Yeah.
but also fascinating.
So we've got rule-based AI,
Right.
which is kind of like the rule follower, the digital rule follower.
Yeah.
And then we have this learning-based AI, which is more
Independent.
independent. It's evolving. It's changing.
It's thinking on its own.
Yeah, and Digital Realm Instructor breaks all these,
He's complex.
these complex concepts
Yeah.
down into these bite-sized pieces that are actually pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, they do a really good job of explaining it.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they don't stop there.
No.
They go even deeper, like they get into specific AI topics.
Like machine learning, artificial neural networks. Yeah.
Natural language processing,
Yeah.
computer vision, robotics. I mean, it's a smorgasbord of AI topics.
Okay, let's dig into those a little bit.
Okay.
Let's start with machine learning.
All right.
What's the deal with machine learning?
So machine learning is like this subset of AI,
Okay.
and it focuses on enabling systems to learn from data without explicit programming.
Okay.
So one of the key concepts in machine learning is supervised learning,
Okay.
where you train a model on a labeled data set.
Okay.
So imagine you're teaching a dog a new trick, right? You give it commands,
Okay.
reward it when it does it right, and eventually it learns the trick.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that.
So it's learning by example.
Exactly.
And we see this every day, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's what powers those personalized recommendations
Yeah.
that we were just talking about on Netflix and Spotify.
Uh-huh.
It's what filters spam from our inbox. It's what
Facial recognition.
recognizes faces and photos. Yeah. It's all around us.
Wow.
It's constantly learning and adapting to our digital footprints.
It's amazing how seamless it's all become. Like we don't even
think about it.
Yeah, we don't even realize how much AI is like influencing our everyday lives.
Right. And that's the thing about well-designed AI.
Yeah.
It should enhance our lives without feeling intrusive.
Right.
And speaking of learning,
Yeah.
Digital Realm Instructor doesn't just throw definitions at you. They give you these handy cheat sheets.
Yeah, the cheat sheets are great.
With concise insights to help
They really drive the point home.
Yeah, solidify your understanding.
Like, for instance, when they're talking about artificial neural networks, which honestly sound incredibly complex,
Right.
the cheat sheet just boils it down to the basics. Like, it highlights perceptrons as the building blocks of these networks.
Yeah.
And they're mimicking the behavior of a single neuron in our brains.
Right, which is a brilliant way to make these complex ideas more relatable.
Right, because if you're trying to understand this vast, intricate network, like the human brain,
it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's totally overwhelming.
But if you break it down to the individual neuron, the basic unit of information processing, it becomes more manageable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what Digital Realm Instructor does so well. It takes these massive, potentially intimidating concepts and breaks them down into these bite-sized, understandable pieces.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of making complex things understandable,
okay,
let's talk about natural language processing.
Right.
Or NLP for short.
NLP, yeah.
I mean, how do you even begin to teach a machine
to
understand human language.
Well, Digital Realm Instructor tackles this head on.
Okay.
They explain how NLP enables machines to understand, interpret, and even generate human language.
That's pretty amazing. And that's the field that's behind, like
Yeah, it's revolutionized the way we interact with technology.
voice assistants like Siri and Alexa.
Yeah, Siri, Alexa.
And those sophisticated translation tools that can like break down language barriers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I use all the time when I'm traveling. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing how they can instantly decipher and translate languages in real time.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of NLP.
Yeah.
And one of the key processes involved is tokenization.
Tokenization?
Yeah.
That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it?
What does that even mean?
So imagine you're teaching a computer to read.
Okay.
You would start by breaking down sentences into individual words, right?
Right, yeah.
That's essentially what tokenization does.
Okay.
It breaks down text into these smaller, like, digestible units, like words or phrases, which allows computers to then understand.
Okay, so it's like giving the AI building blocks of language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's amazing how we can break down something as complex as human language into these like fundamental units, allowing machines to process and understand it.
It is. It's fascinating.
It's mind-blowing how far AI has come.
Absolutely.
And Digital Realm Instructor doesn't shy away from all these different applications of AI.
Yeah.
Like computer vision.
Right. Computer vision.
Is that all about?
It's all about enabling computers to see and interpret images.
Okay.
So the cheat sheet mentions the use of filters in image processing, which are used to enhance or abstract, like, specific features from images.
With like Instagram filters.
Kind of, yeah.
But for computers.
But on a much more sophisticated level.
So instead of adding like a vintage filter to my selfie, these filters are helping computers analyze images and
extract meaningful information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my brain is officially starting to melt.
I know, it's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's incredible. Digital Realm Instructor takes these complex topics and makes them like understandable.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm finally starting to
grasp.
Yeah, grasp the basics of AI here.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, there's so much more.
There's so much more.
Like AI and robotics.
Robotics.
And all the like ethical considerations that come with AI.
Exactly.
Let's jump into robotics then.
Okay.
What does AI even have to do with robots?
So AI is crucial for giving robots a degree of autonomy.
Okay.
For example, Digital Realm Instructor mentions pathfinding algorithms.
Pathfinding algorithms?
Yeah, these are used in robotics to help robots navigate their environment and plan their movements.
Okay.
So think of it like giving a robot a sense of direction.
Okay, so instead of being pre-programmed with every single movement, the AI is helping the robot like
figure it out on its own.
Yeah, figure out how to move on its own.
Exactly.
Wow.
So these algorithms allow robots to find the most efficient paths, whether it's a self-driving car, navigating traffic, or a robot arm moving objects in a factory, you know?
Wow, I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's incredible how AI is transforming every aspect of technology.
And that's what makes exploring Digital Realm Instructor so fascinating, right? It opens your eyes to this vast potential of AI and digital transformation.
Yeah, it really is like a crash course in the future.
It is.
We've covered a lot of ground already just in this first section.
We have.
We talked about the basics of digital transformation, the different types of AI, all these different applications. It's
a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
It is.
But we want to make sure that this deep dive is
digestible
and insightful.
We don't want you to walk away feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed or confused.
Right. We want you to leave feeling
empowered.
Yeah, empowered and excited.
Excited.
About the possibility. Absolutely.
So before we dive deeper into Digital Realm Instructor, let's just take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far.
Yeah, take a breather.
Yeah.
Think about those mind-blowing examples.
Yeah, like those personalized recommendations, computer vision, self-driving cars.
Yeah, all this stuff is happening around us.
Yeah, ask yourself, how is AI already shaping your life?
Right, and what other potential applications can you imagine for the future?
Yeah, it's really something to think about.
It is.
We'll be back after a short pause.
Okay.
To continue our exploration of Digital Realm Instructor.
All right.
And uncover even more fascinating insights. So
don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.